looks so innocent too, doesn't he?
I don't know what you're talking about. So what was it like to, from going to those deep dark guys, and suddenly you're playing this very kind of gentle man?
In one word, I'd say liberating. Yeah, it was.
We'll give you an after-hours panel here.
Believe it or not, I mean, that's a voice I've been doing since I was really young, and I never got. Not like that. That's disgusting.
Don't behave.
I like it. I've been doing mouth voices for years, and that's a voice that I've done for many, many years, and with my sister's husband particularly. Clothes most of the time.
Should we talk to her about that?
You say no. Yeah, so it was actually really fun to get to do that because a lot of people are afraid to go a little more effeminate in a character role, and I've always been a very gay-friendly man. I have a lot of very dear friends who are gay, and they think it's hysterical, and so I don't know who we're so afraid of offending. But to actually get to flesh out a character like that, no pun intended. It was really a fun thing. It was a really fun project, and I think we laughed more on that show than on pretty much anything I can remember.
Well, because of your outtakes. You're known as a bit of a joker in the studio. I'm going to jump questions here real quick. Yep. So, and where does that come from? Because you're such kind of a nice and gentle guy, and then you get in the studio and things come out of your mouth that are just...
You know, when I go into a room that's encased in rubber, I feel safe. So I think the real me comes out because I am usually the quiet guy in the room. And I do a lot of group reads now. I'll do a lot of cast recordings, and I'm usually the guy who's sitting laughing at everybody else. I don't really say much. But when I go into an anime booth, for some reason, there's another little evil Steve that must be lurking inside. Tends to crawl out and infect the entire studio.
Okay, moving on to other voices. Let's talk about one of your more famous voices now, and that would be Wolverine. Now, you've done him on television, you've done him in a lot of video games, and so were you an X-Men fan beforehand, a Stan Lee fan?
You bet, bub. Well, my grandfather owned a bookstore when I was a little kid, and one of my first jobs was sorting comics, and I just remember going through all these great old Marvel comics, and I love the X-Men. I love Wolverine particularly, because it was my favorite. And getting to even read for Wolverine was really exciting for me, and then booking it was just like an 8-year-old's, wet dream. Yeah, yes. Dreams that boys have about swimming. Yes. But I was like a little fanboy when I found out about it, and I'm still like that every time I do get to reincarnate Wolverine in some fashion. I still get just as excited now as I was then. And lately I've been working on a show called Superhero Squad, and Stan Lee plays the mayor of Superhero City, and I actually get to be in the same room recording with Stan Lee. Every time he walks in the booth, I have to contain myself, but it never gets old. It just doesn't get old for me. And I think that's what keeps it fresh for all of us who are working on that kind of stuff. So.
All right, there's another voice that I'm interested in, because again, it's way outside of what you're usually known for, and that's your voice on Digimon. Have you always done those weird little kind of weird strings?
Yes, I have. That's actually my normal speaking voice. So when I come home and I'm trying to be all sexy and I say, hi honey, I'm home, it doesn't quite have the same effect as hey baby.
I do have to change it up sometimes,
That's amazing, no helium. You did it without helium.
I have a tank. It's installed back here.
Lately you've been doing a lot of games.
Yes.
Games is kind of, as anime has been kind of quiet, games has kind of risen. And the latest thing you did was the major hit game, Call of Duty.
I did.
I did. You did. And you're playing Tank Dempsey, who's kind of the comic book.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So what's that character like, and how does that differ than from some of the other stuff that you get to do?
You know, with the game thing, it's really hard for me to even recall what I did in the studio because I'm not a gamer and I haven't played it yet. And I'm sorry to say. But I'll go in and I'll do those sessions, and you know, there'll be marathon sessions, sometimes 4 hours, sometimes 8 hours, and I'll walk out of there and I'll be on to the next show, and I'll never hear back what I did. And it's kind of there and gone. And so unless I've actually watched clips from it or whatever, I really don't even remember what I've done on the game. So that Tank, I mean, obviously was a little bit of a gruffer kind of guy. And
I'd say with a name like Tank?
Yeah. But that's really pretty much all I remember about it. I remember it had some funny stuff happening, and there was probably some things where he said, "Incoming!" Stuff like that. But other than that, that's really all I remember. Unless there's something very specific about a game character, they kind of come and go really quickly. I'm doing 3-4 games in a week, so everything kind of jumbles around in my head. I have to actually write it down on the sheet. So which game is which?
Well, do you have any memorable? I mean, you've done Digimon, you've done Star Wars, you've done Naruto, you've done Lord of the Rings, you've done pretty much every major game you could think of. Is there any real memorable moments, or maybe just?
Well, lately on Dragon Age, I worked on Dragon Age, and I was this dwarf named Ogren, and he was drunk throughout most of the game, and belching and vomiting, and also a liberating role for me. It's pretty much any kind of bodily sound that came up in the session they used in the game. So I was actually asked to belch a lot. You know, if anything happened in the booth, it was recorded. So you know, Arbor was kind of fun because he was really easy to work with because I didn't have to remember anything. I didn't have to act. I just sort of delivered lines, and occasionally he fell asleep. Brun from Mass Effect 2. And Brun, I did him really deep, but they pitched him down even farther, so he's probably the deepest voice I've ever done.
Wow.
And,
deeper? Only like animals can hear that?
Yeah. Yeah, windows flexed.
Is there any questions up close here? Somebody, you have a question? Something burning you want to hear? Yes. Yes, do.
I know you kind of hinted on this, but why the hell do you have so many names?
Why do you have so many names?
My mother has a bad memory.
That's a good enough one. All right. All right. You right there. Oh, okay.
I heard Vincent yell at all classes convention. Are you going to be doing another Real Fans Studio?
Oh.
Yeah!
I don't know. We talked about that. We did one recently, and he likes to space them out. Vic I just sort of record my stuff in my studio. He records stuff in his studio, and he puts it all together and releases it when he sees the time to be right. So we had a couple ideas rolling around. I don't remember if we have one that's unreleased or not, so it may be on his release schedule. It's probably a question for him. But we've got a couple ideas, and I'm sure we'll come up with something else.
Yes.
Actually, I know the answer to this, but I just want the whole room to see too. Could you please flash your tattoo to the whole room and then tell them what it is?
Oh. You mean one that's exposed or one that's... This is my new tattoo.
Woo!
This is an audio file of the word bang from Cowboy Bebop. And I actually ripped it from YouTube.